Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fit Down Podcast. I'm your host, Isaac.
And it's me, Gabriel, man.
And as you guys can see, we would introduce Miguel, but he's not here. He's in Mexico right now. Living it up, having fun out there, And then he's going to get his wisdom teeth pulled out, so he ain't going to be able to do much. But he should be back next week. But we are back officially again. It's just us, like I said, but we're still going to have fun.
Yes, sir.
And we hope you guys appreciate it. The second video episode is coming out right now as we speak. Obviously, we're doing it. With that being said, I just want to say this was just such a freaking great weekend of football. And
looking like Derrick Henry right there. So let's jump straight into it.
A lot of stiff arms, if you know what I mean.
So let's jump through it. First game. Ravens, man. Ravens game.
Yeah.
It's about what we predicted. Ravens versus Steelers. Derrick Henry, as you can see right there, had a fat stiff arm that game.
Double stiff arm.
Yeah, double stiff arm. And Isaiah Likely, man.
Likely, too.
Well, we got to experience how good the Ravens are, man. We knew the Ravens were going to come in there, just whoop on the Steelers. Yeah. That's light work, man. The Steelers, they had no offense. Defense, the defense does what the Steelers do. They always provide a good defense, but that offense, Russell Wilson was not doing it. But I do have to give a shout out to Calvin Austin. He did his thing. He did the best he could do.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the rest of that offense is not there.
All I can say is we're 1 for 1 with our predictions. Me, you, and Miguel, obviously.
Yes,
we all said Ravens were going to win. And they won 28-14. They probably could have ran it up more if they wanted to. But, man, I'm just like, Steelers, man, they're just on, including this game right now, they're on a 5-game losing streak, bro. Like we said last week, they were popping off in the beginning of the season, middle of the season, and then they just blew it. Typical.
Yeah, pretty much.
It seems like, Russell Wilson stated today he would like to play for Pittsburgh still. He loves it there, this and that, but, we'll see if they even keep him. But,
honestly, I'm thinking it's about time for the Justin Fields show.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Why? He ain't going back to Pittsburgh.
Oh, he's not. Oh, that's.
I'm just saying based off of my thoughts. He could easily get re-signed, but what I mean is, I think they just need to let him walk and let him get his own chance to shine again, bro.
You see, what I think Justin Fields would bring to that offense, I just think he has the run. We all seen what he can do with his legs when he was on the Bears. He can turn games around with just purely his legs. But he hasn't had enough time to show what he can really do in the passing game. He's an elite thrower. If you give him a chance, he can get the ball too. And George Pickens, he wants a quarterback that can actually get him the ball.
And then you remember when he did start, at first, were they like 4-5-0, something like that?
Yeah,
4-0, 5-0, something like that. He showed he didn't play the greatest, like, passing-wise statistically, but he got the job done and they still won. Not to mention their good defense, they have a really solid defense. But yeah, like I said, I think, he's going to go to a new team. Raiders are an option. Jets, possibly. Who else?
Maybe the Browns. Maybe. You never know.
Maybe them. But with that being said, man, Mike Tomlin really likes, Russell Wilson for some reason. I think what I really think it is because he came into the league when Mike Tomlin was still the coach. So he knows a lot about Russell Wilson, like starting from Seattle, going to you guys.
Right.
And then, going to, Pittsburgh. And I think, he probably will stay with them. I kind of have a feeling he probably might re-sign with Steelers, I think. But yeah, anyways, like we said, it's playoff football, and they're out of the playoffs. Ravens, did their thing. They're showing why they won the division and why, they have what it takes to possibly make the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But not to mention, though, that was the later game. Saturday, the early game, Chargers let us down.
Yeah, so series 1-1 now. So we called Chargers beating the Texans. We thought Herbert was gonna come in there, dot him up. Yeah, Herbert, you were a very disappointing story there, buddy.
I just want to say for everyone that wants to hate on my dog Goose and says Justin Herbert's better. At the end of the day, everyone has their own opinions.
Yeah.
But I seen a post on the Dolphins. One of the fan pages I follow. They post all the news and stuff. They were saying, hey, Tua never threw 4 picks in a game before when it mattered, But no hate to Justin Herbert. He's a really good quarterback. It's just, I don't know what it is, but he just doesn't look good in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is the second time in the playoffs and he's selling, they obviously, we thought that, they were going to beat Jacksonville years ago.
And then they still lost.
Jaguars came back and won. They sold that. Then Justin Herbert,
He sold this one.
then they do obviously need help, weapons-wise. Will Disley needs to get out of there. He sucks.
Yeah.
Quinn Johnson, man.
He's an off and on story. It's like, I don't know whether to root for the guy or they're just like, say, get rid of him. Because the game before, he popped off. He had a big game. He had like over 150 yards and multiple receptions. But this game,
but the one on their offense that gave them spark when it really mattered was Ladd McConkey, man.
Great draft pick, guys.
Beautiful play. He mossed the heck out of that defender. Yep. And I remember me and my dad were talking about it, and he was saying like, "Oh man, it just seemed like they were lost. Like they didn't thought like he caught that. Like they were stunned."
It was beautiful.
And bro said, it was beautiful. Just taken down all the way and scored. Yep. Yeah, man. But I don't know what it is. Chargers, man, they got to fix some things. Justin Herbert needs to show that he has what it takes, because right now he
definitely needs more help. Like, defense did their job. Derwin James.
I mean, if you look at it, they did put up 32 points though.
But that's also that's also on part of the offense. Like, when the defense can only do so much, if the offense isn't scoring, the defense eventually is gonna stop. Like, they're not gonna be able to hang after a while. So yeah, that was just a very disappointing game. I expected a lot better.
You happy though?
Oh, it did. Chargers, division rivals, y'all suck, and it showed. But let's not talk about. We'll get to it. We gonna
Anyways,
get to
like
it.
I said, we thought Chargers overall was gonna win. Moral of the story, we thought they were gonna win. Texans, kind of been struggling up and down. They got blown out by.
Balled out that game though.
Yeah. They got blown out, by Baltimore on Christmas. Merry Christmas. That was only scored 2 points.
That was a bad present to wake up
They
to.
lost to Chiefs. It's just showing like they can't really hang with competition.
Yeah.
But that's why I thought this match was going to be really good, because they both fairly kind of even out.
Right.
The Chargers and the Texans, But yeah, it just shows Chargers still need help. Give it to Jim Harbaugh though. He's a really good coach.
First season, took him to the.
It's nothing he's not used to coaching at Michigan, but also taking the Niners to the Super Bowl.
Right.
He knows about playoffs.
Yeah, he does. He has a good amount of experience. Yeah.
Yeah, but they just fell short kind of a lot. Like I said, I ain't gonna lie though. Even though Herbert threw 4 picks, I'm gonna defend him to where it's like 3 of them definitely were his fault.
Yeah.
But one, maybe 2, definitely one was not his fault. It was a tip pass, and you can't really, blame him for that.
That's why we're saying he needs help. He needs another star receiver, dude. He needs another receiver.
Or a few receivers. Chris Godwin.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, man. But, those are the 2 Saturday games. Obviously, if any of you guys are watching, you're fans of these teams, either the winners or losers. Sucks you guys lost, but hey, if you won, best of luck in the next round. That's all I can say. But moving on, man. Moving on.
Let's just get into it. Let me just knock it out, because this is.
Should we talk about the little rundown about what happened at church when we were at church and I was talking to Chris?
Go ahead. You tell them the story.
So there's a Commanders fan. He's the men's home director in our church, and we were talking about football. Church was about over. We were talking about it, and we were talking about the games, and I was like, yeah, like Gabriel, right here, he's a Broncos fan. I was like, don't show him the score though. He don't want to see it and stuff.
Oh, let me demonstrate what he did. It's
he
like,
said, hey, you might want to look. He had the phone, showing the score, and Gabriel's face went from.
Like, all I can say is, I was sad that we got blown out, but at the same time, I was still happy that we even had the chance to make it to the playoffs. Because,
that's what I was telling you.
Like, I'm gonna keep saying, 8-year drought, dude. We haven't been back since Peyton Manning, and we've been fighting. We've had 2 close seasons where we were partially there and just got booted out.
Yeah, like everyone thought you guys would have definitely made playoffs with Russell Wilson. That didn't even happen.
That was disappointment. One of the worst things we ever did. Yeah, and it hurts to hear, but we sucked.
Yeah,
we sucked. But what I just came into knowledge today, I didn't even know since week 12, Bo Nix would have been playing with the fractured spinal cord or something like that. Yeah, which was crazy, and he still did his job. Honestly, I think he did his job in that game. He threw elite passes, but as I saw, the receivers were dropping a lot of passes. Like Cortland Sutton dropped a big catch through the middle. But
and your boy Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin, same last name. It's my brother out there somewhere. But yeah, but we managed to get one record. We managed to get the first rookie connection touchdown in history of playoff football, which was a cool thing to have. But yeah, we got skunked out like 31-7. So.
Yeah, and like I was watching it before church with the big dog Zay. Shout out to you again, Zay. We were watching before church. We were in my car. We just had the game on my phone, and it was a drive. It was first quarter, I believe, still. And
yeah,
you guys, I think we're down by like 3. I think something like that. And you guys go for it. You guys punt the ball or fake punt, I should say.
Marvin Mims.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. When he threw that pass, I thought it was like he better catch it because that pass kind of looked.
That's my boy Mims though. He don't drop those. Yeah, money man Mims.
The pass just seemed delayed. Like he kind of took a minute to throw.
Yeah, he sat back there.
But yeah, after they converted the fake punt, I was like, bet man, like go do something. They didn't do nothing.
Nothing.
And they did a screen. That's what they did.
Looks very familiar to another team, but we're not gonna talk about that right now. Yeah, it's just. I don't know what's been happening. At the beginning of the season, we started off bad. Towards the middle of the season, we were starting to air it out. And then towards the end of the season, that's where we just started flaking and starting to throw in these dump down screens. So I don't know what's the deal with Sean Payton. But then again, I'm still happy for my Broncos that we made the playoffs. We found our quarterback, and we'll be back next year.
All I can say is, in the tally of our predictions, I'm 2-1. Yeah, 2-1.
I'm 1-2.
Yeah, someone was want to be real biased. And
I gotta support my team till the end.
And I hate Buffalo. You know that.
Yeah.
I hate Buffalo. But they just showed why they're great at what they do. Josh Allen is, he's freaking
MVP candidate for a reason.
He's a white boy that can run you over, that can juke.
Country boy.
That can stiff arm, do whatever. But yeah, like I said, they slow game first half, second half, dominated.
Yeah.
Dominated.
They've been in the playoffs multiple times. We're seeing it. This is the first time in a long time we've been to the playoffs, and the Bills just showed their dominance. They showed why they belong there and why they continually go there every year. It just comes to show you, man.
Let's just see if they could get past the hump. They never seem to, beat the main
one certain team.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
But yeah, moving on from that game, the next game that took place was the Eagles and Packers. And, from the start, like I said, I knew Eagles were going to win, I chose that I was predicting them to win. And obviously they did, but Jordan Love just didn't look good,
At all.
2 picks, he kept overthrowing passes and just maybe even underthrowing it too. He just wasn't caring.
I feel like at one point he was just forcing the ball downfield to get a play.
Definitely towards the end of the game he was.
Yeah, because there's that one throw. I think it was Dontavius Wicks, in the back of the end zone. He just launched it up there and gave Cooney and Mitchell an easy pick, in double coverage. Just dude, what are you doing?
That's what I'm saying, man. I feel like the one that probably carried the offense was easily Josh Jacobs.
Yep.
Josh Jacobs did his thing. He had that beast mode of a run, that beast mode of a freaking run. And that didn't, I guess he didn't score, but he did the next play because he was just short. But then he made up for it and scored on the 1 yard line or whatever it was. But yeah, Eagles, they did their thing, And honestly, I could kind of say the same thing to where the running backs on each team carried.
Yeah.
We have Saquon. I know everyone got mad because he
didn't score. I know there was a bunch of memes about
they were saying
people not hitting their parlays.
Yeah.
But this just goes to show you what type of player Saquon is. He said in a press conference after, he was like, man, 5 more yards. If I run, I could get a hamstring injury or something like that.
Or someone running with me can, this and
that. Exactly, because he thinks about the bigger picture, and I really respect that from his part.
Yeah.
That just goes to show, again, who he is as a person.
All I could say, the best moment of the game, if I had a book right now, I would do it, but let me just...
Oh, yeah.
A.J. Brown. Reading the book on the sideline, bro. Beautiful. Very just smart, very intellectual, just only having 1 catch. I'm just going to read my book.
And what was the book about?
Intelligence. Something
excellence. It was about excellence.
I don't know. It was
expert getting the best out of excellence.
All I can say is after seeing that today or seeing that yesterday, the news about it today is it's the #1 selling book now. Way to sponsor it, man. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Put them on.
It was low-key a vibe. That picture, it was low-key
I love
a
that
vibe.
photo, bro.
Facts.
But yeah, like I said, both running backs carried on both teams.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts played okay. Nothing too crazy. Nothing spectacular.
He managed the offense. He managed it.
Yeah, you know, and Devontae Smith did solid. Hey, Dallas Goedert.
Hey, he's a dog.
Bro, no. Let's start off like this first. Get off of me.
Yep.
You're still with me?
Okay.
Double stiff arm. Okay. Ran him over first, and then...
Yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry, Gabriel. I was just in the moment.
Okay.
But anyways, you know, like we said, you know, Dallas Goedert, you know, that beautiful touchdown. You know, Packers player, I believe it was Valentine, bro was with him. You know, he tried to run him over, and he was like, oh, I didn't run you over, but you're still with me? Get down. You know, like I said, it was just a stiff arm weekend. You can't be mad at me, man.
Sorry, PTSD, sorry.
I just love stiff arms, you know, like, just call it Derrick Henry's.
Pretty
I
much,
love Derrick Henry's.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But, you know, anyways, like we said, you know, Eagles, you know, showed, you know, why they're the number 2 seed and why, you know, they have what it takes to possibly make it to the Super Bowl. Long way to go. But Eagles, you know, they got it out. You know, they got out with the win.
Yep.
They're going back to the Yayo now.
Got the dub going home.
Back to the Yayo. And, you know, Packers, they tried, but they didn't try hard enough.
Who knows?
Yeah. So, man, those are the games. And then really just, you know, before getting into greatest game of the weekend.
Woo.
You know, going into, you know, Tampa Bay, you know, Commanders, you know, no one, I feel like no one really expected them to win, including us. You know?
Yeah, it's just, I was rooting for them because I was mainly rooting for Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Mike Evans, he's just a humble guy. He does his job, plays the game, and he just like, you just root for the guy. Yeah. But Commanders, they were like a dark horse, I would say, going into this game. And everyone loves to root for the underdog. Mm-hmm. And we just, I got to applaud Jaden Daniels for the first thing. If he doesn't, if his running ability, his passing, his poise in the pocket, it really showed this game. And for a rookie, that's very hard to find. Yeah. And he really just stepped up and showed why he's a leader on this team. Man of God as well.
Yeah, definitely man of God. People, you know, was saying, man, what were they saying? It was something kind of like, pretty much like, are you sure he's a rookie?
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. Because he doesn't act like it.
Fact,
he doesn't act like it.
He's freaking good, dude. Like, seriously, coming out of LSU. LSU quarterbacks are pretty good. Joe Burrow, for example.
Yep.
You know, but, yeah, man, I mean, it was definitely a really good game. And it's funny, because I'm going to mention this, Miguel. Your score prediction was right, just the wrong team, bro. Because we all had Bucs winning. You know, so what is that? So, let's see. That's 2 for 1, 3 for 1, so I'm 3 for 2.
Okay, and
I think 2 for 3.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, on our player predictions. But yeah, you know, man, Commanders showed, man, they ain't to be messed around with. Facts. You know, they man.
Hey, they're coming to play. Terry McLaurin, man.
Yep.
He's happy to have a quarterback, and he's showing it, dude. He made 2 spectacular catches that game. One of them for a touchdown, one of them for a big gain.
Yeah. Austin Eckler came back, you know, in the playoff game, and you know
he did his part.
He helped out when needed.
Yeah.
You know, on the passing plays, you know, catching it, you know, running it from being a running back. You know, he's a really good receiving back.
Right.
And, you know, Zach Ertz even, you know, came in clutch, you know, a little bit. You know, the old reliable, you know, man of God right there, too.
Right, man of God.
Gotta love Zach Ertz, you know. And, yeah, you know, they all contributed fairly. And, you know, they definitely showed, hey, we need to be messing around with. And we're going to keep moving on to the next round, you know, we'll see what happens.
So the next team they play, better take them seriously. Because if you feel laxed on them, they're going to come and hit you in the mouth.
Yeah, definitely, you know, but I ain't going to lie, the next team they play when we get into it is, you know, not to be messed around with either.
Yeah.
But anyways, what I also want to mention about that Buccaneers game was freaking Baker Mayfield. No. I'm not talking about the ugly of it. Don't side.
Okay.
Don't side.
Yeah, okay.
Running over B-Wags.
Oh, yeah, B-Wags. We're going to have to call you out, buddy.
And if you guys don't know who that is, Bobby
Wagner.
Seattle legend. Went to L.A. for 1 year. Then went to Commanders. Middle linebacker. Number 54. Wore 54. He's 54. In L.A. he wore 45.
Okay.
Just flipped it, you know. But anyways, I didn't expect Mayfield to do that, bro.
Yeah, Mayfield scrambling up the middle of the field. Bobby Wagner lowering his shoulder. And guess who else lowered his shoulder? Baker Mayfield. Mm-hmm. Trucks him. Mm-hmm. But B-Wags down and back. I'll say B-Wags down and back later.
Yeah.
But getting trucked by a quarterback B-Wags, that hurts a little, buddy. That's going to hurt a little.
Yeah, but, you know, that was just impressive to see Mayfield lay out Wagner like that.
Yep.
You don't ever see Wagner get run over.
Exactly.
You know?
But all fairness, Baker Mayfield had a pretty solid game. He played solid.
Just talk about the part why you think they lost the game.
So if you watched, big play in the game. It was a run. It was a run close to their end zone. I think they were in their 30, in the 30. Big run play. There was a fumble. Miscommunication, man. Who fell on it? I think Frankie Louvu.
It was a Commanders player in general.
One of them, yeah. That play, I feel, turned the tide of the game because up until that point, Buccaneers, they had a good amount of momentum, and then after that, you just put them in field goal range. They were right there. They go for it again on fourth down that drive. Yeah. And that's the Terry McLaurin score. That whole momentum switch, that's when the Commanders started tearing it up.
Remember, too, me, you, my dad, when we were watching it, we were all saying, just take the field goal in the beginning.
Exactly.
Because it would have been 16-17.
Yep.
We're like, just play smart, take the field goal. And then they didn't.
They didn't. Yeah, they went for it.
But they didn't. I don't think they got the first down on that.
No, not the first time.
Yeah, it was the next one, like the closing drive.
Right.
Yeah, and honestly, kind of shocking, to see Commanders make it. But I'm happy for them, man. They deserve it. They
had some gutsy calls, and it paid off for them.
Yeah, big time. Definitely. Dan Quinn, like I said, he's a good coach. Yep. He's been to a Super Bowl, choked, 28-3. But, he's been there before. He's won playoff games. He's been with a playoff team, which is, the Cowboys. He was with them for a while. Not coaching, the head coach, but, I believe he was their DC. Yep. DCOC, one of those. But anyways, yeah, he knows, about winning. And obviously they're winning.
Right.
But speaking of winning, man, going into the last game, of the playoff, super wild card weekend. Remember, Miguel, it's because they have a Monday game.
Right.
Don't get it twisted now. Anyways, super wild card weekend, the last game of the night tonight. We're filming this tonight, Monday. Vikings, Rams. We were right.
We knew the Rams were going to come in there. We knew they were going to dominate. I just didn't think they were going to dominate as much as they did. It seems like the Vikings, we saw what we saw from last game. Bro. Sam Darnold not getting it done.
Back-to-back games when Sam Darnold didn't look good, bro.
Exactly.
And he got sacked about almost 8 times, dude.
A big part of it, though, I do have to say that Vikings O-line was disgusting. They were not. They couldn't stop anybody. Yeah. They were getting through all the time. Like you said, sacked 8 times.
Just about.
One of those times he got sacked, strip sack, fumble for a touchdown. Big boy. Yeah. Big fast boy right there. Jared Verse, rookie. Took it all the way to the crib,
FSU.
Man. Yep.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I just wanted to see a good game, and I didn't see that.
At all.
Minnesota, I feel like the way Sam Darnold played is going to low-key hurt his value. Yeah. His value as a free agent, because he's showing he can't win in big moments. He freezes. He looks like New York Jets Sam Darnold, And remember, guys, this is his first game playing in the playoffs. So you can't really blame him much, but still, it's like he's been in the league long enough to know.
Right.
I feel like definitely being in the league since 2018.
Yeah.
I believe. He should definitely know the ins and outs of it. But
yeah, shout out to our boy Zach. He was even saying, man, we might have to see Daniel Jones. He was like, we might have to just throw Daniel Jones in there.
Speaking of shouting out Zach, thank you again for all this, dog.
Appreciate you, big dog. Zach. You're a blessing for real.
We love you. After a great week of playoff football, it's time to talk about what really matters right now. Sports news. So with that being said, we'll get to playoff predictions later. That's what we like to save for last. We're going to save it for last. But like I said, we want to just talk about sports news right now. So starting off with head coaches, there's a coach carousel going on right now. One that got signed, Sunday, I believe it was Sunday morning. The news broke out Sunday morning. And then the next day, one of the coaches got fired. So what I want to do is just talk about who got signed first. So former Patriots linebacker, I should say, Mike Vrabel has signed with the New England Patriots to be the next head coach. Kind of honestly just crazy. I know I'll let you talk about it more, but kind of just about, more of they gave up on Gerard Mayo. Kind of like we talked about last week. Last week, the week before, whatever we was in general, we talked about Gerard Mayo being fired after 1 year. So, if you kind of want to jump on that.
Well, to be fair, I feel like they're going to hold Mike Vrabel to the same standard. Mm-hmm. They want basically what the Lions are doing, basically, like how they've rebuilt their team. Yeah. What the Commanders have done as well. Like, first year, they've gone to those coaches have taken their team to the playoffs. It's like, I understand. I still don't feel they should have fired him as soon as they did. But Vrabel, he's a good coach. He knows what he's doing. He's been in the league a long time. Patriots have been working through multiple years on getting receivers. They finally have a quarterback. Their defense is pretty solid. I
Still
think
got to fix the offense a bit for sure.
O-line.
Receivers.
Yeah, but we're seeing that Mike Vrabel's going to have a lot to work with, especially going into this next season, and we're going to see what he can do with that team.
Yeah, like, honestly, I think I feel like he's not going to get the treatment like Mayo. Like, I think even
if favoritism?
Yeah, because I know you kind of said they'll kind of use him the same as they did Mayo. I don't think so. Why? Because he's been, a coach before. He's been in the playoffs before, and, he was a former player. I mean, Jerome Mayo was too, but I just feel like they're going to give him a treatment like, oh, if you suck this year, it's okay. You'll be back next year. That's what I think, to be honest.
More of a safety blanket than Jerome Mayo.
Yeah. Mayo, they just gave him a fair shot, and obviously he didn't do great, but it's like, I don't know, supposedly I heard, too, he wasn't the greatest in the locker room. He couldn't carry the team. I don't know if they were trying to say he was toxic, but at the end of the day, he just wasn't being a coach, I guess.
I get you.
But I think definitely, he's like, say they suck next year, he's still going to be the coach. Not Jerome Mayo, Mike Vrabel. He's still going to be the coach, So, with that being said, they have a lot of money, too, in the offseason. They're like top 5 in cap space. And it's funny because I heard something stupid on Instagram. It was like trending. It was saying, they asked Mike Vrabel, how would it feel to bring back A.J. Brown? And he was talking about, he's a really good player because obviously he was with him in Tennessee, and I'm just like, he's not going to go to New England.
Yeah.
Because he already has a contract with the Eagles, and if they trade him, Eagles would be dumb, honestly.
For real.
A.J. Brown is really good where he's at. He's a really good receiver, and it would just be dumb to trade him, So Vrabel was kind of saying, we'll see what we can do. They ain't going to do anything.
He's not going to leave.
Yeah.
He loves that.
He was already on a playoff team, contending team, But Mike Vrabel's a new head coach for the New England Patriots. What do you guys think? If you guys are Patriots fans, let us know in the comments what you guys think. I'm curious to know. But in general, good move, bad move? I'd say it's a good move. Just because he's a really good coach.
Yeah. And he's just, like I said, he has a ton of experience. What he try to do with that Titans team? He almost took the Titans to the playoffs that one year, and that was a year like the Titans didn't have anything.
I know they went the first year. I think Tannehill went there. They made playoffs.
Oh, in the first round.
They were the team that also I believe couldn't get past the Chiefs. If I remember, I could be wrong. It's been years, but yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
When Vrabel came in, and then past 2 years, the last season he was the coach, they obviously sucked. It's because Tannehill. Let's just be honest. Derrick Henry couldn't always carry. But, yeah, so he's the New England Patriots head coach, Like I said, I think it's a good move. But moving forward, from that, another coach that just got fired. Honestly, buzz is already going around his name that he's going to be another head coach soon to get on a new team is Mike McCarthy. What do you think about that? Like them letting him go.
I think he should have been let go a long time ago. We've seen what he's done with the Cowboys. He hasn't done anything. He chose to re-sign Dak. Dak is the highest paid quarterback in the league. I think, personally, that was a bad decision. He hasn't proven that he deserves that much money. Every time he goes to the playoffs, he's a first-round exit, and he always consistently gets injured.
Man.
He keeps cutting players that they need, and he doesn't sign players that they do need. So I think it was going to happen anyways. It was bound to happen, and I'm just glad it finally has happened.
But I think the way the league is viewing him is like he's still a good coach because you already got the Saints really wanting him. The Bears
I don't know why.
Yeah, like his name is just popping up like crazy that he's going to be a head coach next season. Right. But like honestly, I think personally Mike Vrabel's a way better coach than Mike McCarthy.
I agree.
But yeah, he got fired yesterday, and like I said, his name's already being popped up that, he's going to be signing somewhere soon. And I'm not gonna lie though, he was a pretty good coach in Green Bay before we went to Dallas. Yeah, he had Aaron Rodgers, he had Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson, Eddie Lacy.
I mean, that's a lot of weapons. That's weapons. That's weapons.
Dallas, man, they're Dallas.
They're just not. Yeah.
They're the Cowboys.
America's team.
Not really.
No.
It's just Jerry Jones. I think he just needs to sell the team, too.
He does.
Like,
he's a part of the problem.
Yeah, like, he's trying to be the coach. He's trying to be the GM. Like, he is the GM, which I just found out that he's the GM of the Cowboys and the owner. I didn't know that.
Neither did I, honestly.
Like, seriously. I'm just like, he's really trying to run the team, but it's like, you're only getting older. You guys have been bad for so long. Yes, you make playoffs, but you guys always choke. some reason the Niners own you guys, regular season and playoffs, whatever the case is, you know. And yeah, you know, I just think I honestly don't know who they're gonna go after now. I don't know, man.
Who deserves the spot most likely?
Who's gonna make that team good?
Who's gonna really know how to use those weapons, get them open, just completely 180 this team around? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I think they definitely need some help on offense, you know. And speaking of that, Boise State running back, man of God, Ashton Jeanty, was just saying yesterday, Sunday, one of those days, that he would love to play for the Cowboys. It'd be a dream come true.
And they need him.
And honestly, I've been thinking, like, you know, in some mock drafts, you know, he should get picked up. Yep. You know, I think personally they should pick him up. You know, Zeke fell off years, you know, a couple seasons ago. And, you know, they tried to bring him back. They released him again. Not even the last week of the season, the week before. And Dowdle, he's okay, but he's a free agent. Will he stay?
He's like a second string. He's not a starter. He's not a main guy.
He's not, man. You bring a guy like Jeanty in, he's gonna take
changes
over.
It. Yeah.
He's gonna take over the league. You know, he's definitely gonna be a really good running back. And I don't care what people say. Yes, he played in a lower conference in college, but still, for him to like have an average of 100 yards per game, like not average, but my bad, I meant minimum, like a minimum of 100 yards in a game. Who wouldn't love that?
Exactly.
You know,
and like, they need it.
I've been saying this too, man. You could find a running back anywhere in the league, and I hate to say it, but it's true. You got Pacheco, who I believe was a 7th round pick. You have, I'm trying to think who else. There's so many. Like I believe Pollard, he was kind of a late round pick.
Yeah, he was a late round.
When he was with Dallas, 3rd round, I think. There was a lot of running backs. Like your boy from the rookie this season. What's his name again?
Aldrick Estime.
There you go.
We got him late.
Yeah.
You think Mostert. When Mostert, he was the late round pick.
My dog.
Yep.
But, you know, you can find a running back anywhere, you know, and that's crazy to say, but it's true. You know, there's a lot of young running backs in the league that are really good. And, like, yes, you know, you'll probably use a first run on Jeanty, but so what? Because the stats show it. He backs it up, you know.
Exactly.
I think starting to get him, and honestly, I think Cowboys need another receiver.
A good second.
Because Brandon Cooks is okay, but I feel like
he's getting up there in
He's
age.
More of like the third guy.
Yeah.
Like he's a third option.
Yeah.
You know, you guys need like, I don't know. I mean, Jerry Jones even said himself it's not going to be a crazy offseason, meaning he's not really going to spend. So they need some help.
Very much. Badly. Because CD, he can't carry the load on his own. He's been carrying it for the past few years. And it goes to show, like, it's really hitting him, man, because he this season he was very frustrated. He took a lot of anger on his team this year, and he said that's not the receiver or the person he wants to be, the type of teammate he wants to be.
Yeah.
But you can only do so much by yourself. And
when you flip sides, can Trayvon Diggs stay healthy?
Exactly.
Can
De'Aaron Bland stay healthy?
Excuse me, him too, DeRon Bland. But also the most important question on the defense is Micah Parsons going to stay?
I think he's going to stay.
Do they have money, though?
I feel like he's just too good of a player for them to even think about letting go. Yeah. He's their star. He's their star defensive player. He runs that defense.
Yeah.
It would just be a very huge mistake to let him go. And the way he talks, it doesn't sound like he even wants to leave. He wants to take this team. I think he quoted that they were going to be in the Super Bowl next year. Please. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. But that's not going to happen. No. Let's be realistic here.
Yeah, definitely they need to keep him. You know, he's like their best player on defense, to be honest. I think DeMarcus Lawrence is going to walk. You know, he's going to be a free agent. He's only getting older. He gets hurt a lot. So they got to beef up that defense too, especially that D-line. I feel like it's just inconsistent, you know. But, I think Cowboys, we'll see who they get as head coach, because I don't even know, man. I don't know who they're interested in. I don't know what they're thinking of. But Mike McCarthy is gone, but like I said, Bears already wanting him. The Saints are, someone's going to get him.
Who knows? He might turn one of those teams to a different story next year. The NFL is always coming up with, or something's always happening. So
sometimes you need a fresh start.
Right.
Like that could be players, that could be coaches, and usually it's a player saying, but some coaches can do it too, most definitely.
They just need the right system.
Yeah. But one player that, I think, has fresh starts and, keeps complaining where he's at.
And blowing him.
Deontay Johnson. Just got released today by the Houston Texans. Why? Because there was a rumor going around saying even though they won the playoff game, he was mad because he didn't get involved much. And that's what he did with the Ravens, the Cardinals, or not Cardinals, excuse me, Panthers. Pretty much, I feel like he wasn't really crying in Carolina. Maybe he was. I just don't remember. But I just feel like, him, getting traded to Baltimore, I was thinking, oh, that's a good move for him. They need another receiver. Right. We'll see what happens. He even cried in there, because he wasn't playing much, bro. He was crying in Baltimore. So they released him. Then he goes to freaking Houston. I'm thinking, that's a good move. They need receivers. They lost Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, they're in need.
They're in need, definitely. And, I'm thinking, okay, they're going to, he's going to help out as much as he can.
Right.
And then he cries again.
Then
he got released.
He's just a really selfish player. I think, in my opinion.
But realistically.
And he's not that good.
I was just about to say, he's not really all that.
Maybe when he was on the Steelers, when he had, a lot of potential, even then, he was decent. He wasn't, outstanding, but he played his role. But it seems like now he wants to be the true number one, and he goes to these teams where, these quarterbacks can dish out the ball to pretty much anyone, and they already have an established number one and number two. And he's expecting number one targets, and he's not deserving of number one targets because, one, he doesn't follow the rules when he goes to practice. Two, he always wants the attention on him. It's just dude, you're not going to get what you want. You're going to have to be a role player and play along with the team. You should be glad that you're winning. You haven't been in the playoffs in a while.
Yeah.
In my opinion, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's only doing that shows your personality. Exactly. And that's what brings teams not wanting you.
Exactly.
You crying like that and complaining so much is just you're not going to be on the team next season,
right.
With that attitude. But like I said, man, I thought he would have went over there to help out,
right.
And if I'm correct, he only had one catch that game. I saw him, actually play for one play, then I think he left. But, Deontay Johnson has been released. Will another team pick him up?
That's very, very 50-50.
Yeah.
Like I said, he does have talent. He's
still somewhat young.
Yeah, he's still. I believe he has the ability, but he just has to work on his attitude.
Yeah.
He's not going to be going anywhere until he fixes that issue.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, man, he got released. He's not going to get picked up the rest of the season, that's for sure. Yeah. New season for him incoming. But yeah, two coaches got fired, one of them got fired, one got hired. And Deontay Johnson got released, and, now we are on to playoffs. We're still in playoffs, and things are happening in playoffs. Season never ends. No matter what time it is, there's always something going on.
Right.
But, that's the little news we have for you guys. So, with that being said, it's time to jump into the divisional round of playoffs. So, let's get into it.
So, AFC, we got the Texans.
Speaking of them again, of Deontay Johnson. Former Texan.
Yeah, former. We got the Texans and Chiefs. Yeah. How are you feeling about that, Texans and Chiefs?
Honestly, man, I believe last year they played against each other in the playoffs too, if I'm correct.
That's who bounced them out last year?
I believe so. And then that's when, sorry. Wait.
No, it wasn't them. No, it wasn't them.
Or maybe it was.
Was the Ravens? No.
I don't know. Either way, what I'm just trying to say is, no matter the outcome, man, I just think Chiefs are going to win, man.
I hate to say it, but
yeah.
The Texans, like we were saying in the last video, the Texans, they're a great team, but they just haven't looked like the team they were when C.J. Stroud was a rookie. I think that Chargers game was a statement, but I just don't know if they're going to have what it takes. I'm going for them, but I just don't think they have what it takes to beat the Chiefs. Mahomes has been, he's been here so many times, it's nothing to him. And he's a fourth quarter monster. Once he gets to that fourth quarter, he's just a different player. He's a different type of animal in the playoffs, and that's how the Chiefs have always been.
Yeah, I just feel like, too, number one, Texans are a young team.
Yeah.
And two, man, they just have a lot of injuries. Really just on offense, losing Stephon Diggs, that really does hurt. Tank Dell. Yep. Losing those receivers definitely does hurt. You need your pieces. You need to all be healthy, in the season, to, try to make a push deep into the playoffs. And if they were with them in the playoffs, maybe it would be a close game. It'd probably be closer. It could be close. Chiefs love close games.
Exactly.
Chiefs love getting close games.
All the time.
Yeah.
Look at this whole season.
Yeah, but I think, and they even played earlier in the season. Texans did lose.
Yeah.
And I think it's just going to be another, showing of that. I think Chiefs are going to win. They're the number one seed for a reason. They're 15-2. I was going to, 15-2 now. You know, I don't know why I was thinking they had that one loss, but I forgot you guys killed them. They're backups, you know.
Don't matter.
But, you know, yeah, you know, so I got Chiefs winning this. It could be potentially a close game, like I said, knowing the Chiefs. It is in Kansas. But like I said, if they had Stephon Diggs, if they had Tank Dell, you know, they had their whole offense, you know, that would definitely make it actually a good game. But I don't know, man. Like, I just can't see Texans. If they do, man, I would be I'd be happy, but I'd be shocked, but I'd be very happy.
Yep.
I would be very happy. You know, so who do you have winning? You have Chiefs too?
I'm going for the Texans, but I'm saying I think the Chiefs are going to come away with this, show why they've been there for the past like 4 to 5 years. I'm going for the Chiefs. I mean, I'm going for the Texans, but I believe the Chiefs are going to win this.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, so that in our prediction right now, you know, we're, you know, choosing the right team. So carrying it from last week to this week. And all in favor of the Chiefs winning, say aye. Aye. Zach. He's saying aye too.
He's saying it too.
So we all got Chiefs. Moving forward, you know, sticking with the same day, you know, now it's an NFC game. You have the Lions and Commanders, man.
Woo! This is going to be a shootout. You got the rookie Jaden Daniels versus Jared Goff, the experienced man. Both of their offenses exciting to watch.
Yeah,
Lions with a bunch of trick plays, always coming up with something different. And Jaden Daniels always finding a way to get out of situations.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'm going for the Lions. I think the Lions are going to come away with this. All season they've been showing us how dominant they are, how good their defense is, how amazing their offense is. And I just believe the Lions have way too many weapons to just stop. Yeah. The Commanders, they have weapons as well, but this is Jaden Daniels' first time in the playoffs. Yes, he did win that first playoff game. Congratulations to him. But I believe the Lions are going to show how dominant they are, and they're going to use the Commanders as an example of that.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like, honestly, like, it's funny because these are the two teams I would love to see in the Super Bowl. Like, either one, but obviously they're stuck in a situation now where it's like, like, only one of them is going to be able to go. So, and, you know, I'm happy for the Commanders. I'm happy for the Lions. You know, like, honestly, like, I think the whole world, as far as the NFC, if you're not a fan of these teams in the NFC playoffs, you know, you want the Lions to make it. You know, we all wanted them to make it last season. And they fell short, you know, against the Niners. And it'd be cool definitely to see Lions make it. And I think, honestly, man, just because, like you said, Gabriel, the experience that Jared Goff has, but just the team as a whole lately, you know, they're on fire. They know how to win. You know, I would probably have to say Lions too. But I would love to see Commanders win too. Like, honestly, this is going to be a good game. I'm going to be excited to watch it. You know, I'm sure as everyone else is going to be excited. But all I'm saying is, man, I was telling Zach earlier when we were getting some food. If Commanders win against the Lions, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I don't care what anyone says.
That's facts.
You know, I think that's facts because if you could be the number one seed, a team with a very beautiful record, you know, that just shows you have what it takes to take on anyone, no matter who it is. I mean, they even beat Eagles, you know, in the regular season. You know, like a lot of Eagles fans were salty about that.
Jalen Hurts wasn't playing.
Yeah, that's true. But still, like, Commanders are good, bro. I don't care what anyone says. They're not flukes. They're not fakes. They're good. That's why they're in the playoffs and they won a playoff game because they're a really good team. And I would say they're pretty young too.
Yeah.
And just like we said earlier, you know, Dan Quinn has experience in the playoffs and going to a Super Bowl. So, just saying, man. But realistically, man, I think Lions will take it.
And it'll show if the Commanders do manage to win, it's gonna show a lot on Jaden Daniels. Like being your first year at quarterback, taking your team this far. If they can beat the Lions, Jaden Daniels, he's already a different story, but it's gonna solidify him as probably one of the best rookie quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know, like imagine if he does make Super Bowl.
Has that ever been done before? Bro. A rookie quarterback?
I don't know. If it has, it's been the past, I would say. Not, as far as, you know, from me, you know, getting into football at a young age, you know, I haven't seen any rookie quarterback do that. But yeah, like I said, I got Lions winning. You know, we both got Lions. So in all the favor of the Lions winning, say aye. Aye. Zach.
Too.
Yes, sir. Huh? Moving forward with another NFC playoff game, you know, Sunday now, you know, 12 p.m. We have the Eagles and the Rams, man.
That's going to be another good game.
Man.
That's going to be...
It's in Philly. You know, Rams don't have that home field, you know, obviously seeding-wise. But, man, you know, it's definitely... I think it's going to be a good game. It's not going to be a toss-up. It will be a toss-up, but it's not going to be like blown out.
Right,
you know,
right.
Nothing like that.
I think it's going to be a shootout game.
Yeah,
Matthew Stafford showed in this last game, he showed he can still sling the ball. They were driving relentlessly up the field and got to the end zone multiple times. I think the Rams are going to show a big surprise. I think they're going to smack the Eagles in the mouth. Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to go for the Rams. I'm going to say the Rams take this one. The Rams are they're a late season team. Like they always start up later because they always have to deal with their injuries at the beginning of the season. I think they're going to punch the Eagles in the mouth and show them who they really are. Wow. Their defense is amazing. Their offense has been showing their potential. They have Puka, they got Kupp, they got Kyron. They're all healthy. They're all looking great. I think the Rams are going to take this one.
Wow, that's interesting to hear. You know, Eagles, obviously beat Packers last week. Their offense was slow. It wasn't nothing crazy that we're kind of used to seeing. Jalen Hurts played okay. A.J. Brown wasn't really involved. That's why he was reading the book. Devontae Smith did solid. Saquon did. I feel like he carried the offense, really. But I don't know, man. I would say it's tough just because Eagles are a really good team, man. You can't slack on the Eagles, man.
They have weapons, too. I do agree.
They have a really good defense, too. And honestly, man, it's in Philly. A.J. Brown's going to go crazy, I have a feeling, especially against those corners. They don't have the greatest corners, but I think Eagles got this. Okay. Eagles got this game because, like I said, it's home field advantage, and they have a really good team. But Rams are going to definitely put up a fight, so I'm not slacking, on the Rams. What really worked for Matthew Stafford in the offense, yesterday seeing a lot was play action. A lot of play action was taking place, and it was working. First drive of the game, man. Yesterday, man, it was going crazy, but with that play action, it was working, bro. He was slinging it, like you said. He could still definitely sling it, no matter his age. And yeah, I just have Eagles winning. And I kind of wouldn't be surprised if Saquon goes crazy again. Like, honestly, just like how he has been all season. But I think, I think Eagles got this, so definitely close game, though. Definitely going to be a close game. Definitely. Yeah. And moving on to our last game of that same day, Sunday, 3:30 this time. Whew. I think it's definitely going to be the best game of the week of playoffs to watch. Ravens and Bills.
This game right here might show who the MVP of the season is.
Yeah, definitally.
Lamar Jackson and his offense versus Josh Allen and his.
Yeah.
And they both Lamar and Josh Allen, they've been stupendous this year. Josh Allen, we've seen he can scramble, but we've seen Lamar. Lamar's just a different breed. He can sling it. Only 3 interceptions in the regular season. I think 42 touchdowns.
I've been telling a lot of people this season, he's been showing that he can play quarterback. He's not just a running back. I think Josh Allen actually does have more rushing yards than Lamar, too. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I've seen. But in general, he's showing he could be a quarterback. He's not a running back. Right. People try to tell him that, but because they got Derrick Henry now. And Bills, y'all got to watch out for Mr. King Henry. Exactly. But yeah, man, I mean, it's definitely going to be a great game to watch, man. I'm excited to watch this. I'm ready, man. And honestly, I don't care who wins to where it's like, if you guys could take out the Chiefs, do it. And like, as a Dolphins fan, man, I hate to say I want Buffalo to win, if they have the chance to play KC. As a Broncos fan. Like, say, speaking, to the future, if it even happens or not, say KC wins, and Bills win somehow,
Rematch again.
I want the Bills to win, bro. Like, as much as I don't want to see them in the Super Bowl because they're in my division. Right. They like to, they've been owning us lately. I would just love to see a team in there, that's not the Chiefs. I'm sorry, Chiefs fans, but come on, man.
We can't feel your pain. We got owned. I have to admit to it. But, yeah, I'm also going for the Bills. I think the Bills are going to win personally. I think the offensive attack they have and that they've been showing has been unstoppable. But you could also say the same thing about the Ravens. Both of their offenses.
It's tough to make because, like, so you're saying the Bills.
I'm going for the Bills. I just think in clutch moments, I've seen multiple times where Josh Allen has stepped up in those clutch moments and have led them to victory.
Yeah. Ah, man. So you got Bills.
From your look, it looks like you got Ravens.
No, it's not even that. I'm thinking because it's tough.
Yeah.
No, I would say Man.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah, like, honestly, bro, like, the stakes are high.
Stakes are very high.
Yes, like, I just feel like they are, So, with that being said, I got to go Buffalo. I got to go Buffalo winning, man. I just feel like, I mean, not saying he does it. Well, he kind of actually does it every year. But, like, I'm not, like, downing him this year. But Lamar Jackson, he always folds in playoffs at some point.
Yeah, we saw it
last year against the Chiefs was a horrible game by him. Like,
we didn't even think that was Lamar Jackson. Didn't play like him at all. No. He didn't scramble. His passing was bad.
He looked like he didn't, like you said, he didn't look like himself. He looked like he was pressured a lot. Like, meaning, like, the pressure was on him. He was frightened. I don't know. He just didn't look like himself. So, and yeah, man. Josh Allen is confident as heck right now.
Very. His receivers are playing up to par.
James Cook, man. You can't forget James Cook, man. Dalton Kincaid, even freaking Dawson Knox, too. And not to mention, he got engaged. So that's obviously probably making him,
Haley Steinfeld, congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, man, I feel I got to go Buffalo, too. It's in Buffalo as well. And I feel like they just have what it takes more.
And the momentum.
Exactly. They have what it takes more, after going, finishing off the last week, with a blowout, I think, they have the momentum right now. The ball is in their court, bro. So if they can do it, they can do it. But like you said, we got Buffalo winning. So in all the favor of Buffalo winning, please say aye. Aye. Zach. Too. I realized we didn't ask Zach what he thinks of this game right there. Eagles-Rams. We didn't say...
Oh, Zach, who you think's going to win?
Oh, because you all know what tossed this up? Because I said Eagles and you said Rams, so we're not agreeing on that one.
Oh.
So in all the favor of the Rams or Eagles win, or the Rams winning, say aye. Thank you. Thank you, Zach. Has Rams winning too. Yeah, man. That's definitely going to be,
interesting. All these games, they look great. They look great. They look like they're action-packed.
I would say the only one that could easily get the edge is the Chiefs, like I said, against the Texans, man. Based off of what we've seen.
They've beaten them before. They could probably do it again.
Yeah. But with that being said, man, these are our playoff predictions. If you guys have anything different, let us know. If you want to share score predictions, let us know in the comments below. But yeah, this is what I got for the playoffs, what Gabriel has. Even Zach, So yeah, man, it's going to be a great weekend, great football weekend. I'm excited. I'm ready and ready just to kick back, relax, and watch it, except, when I'm going to be at work, for some of the games. I have to be at work. But, it's all good. Got to make that money, But like I said, man, these are, our playoff predictions. If you guys have anything in common with that, just write in the comments below. We want to know what you guys think. Yeah, please. That'd be great. But yeah, man, I think this honestly, wraps up this episode, man. Obviously Miguel, wasn't with us. It's just us, me, the host, Gabriel, co-host, Zach directing it. Yeah. Shout out to you again, Zach. We love you, dog. Big dog. But yeah, I think, this kind of brings a wrap to this episode. So with that being said, man, we hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate everyone that's been showing me love, showing us love. Like, it really means a lot. All the follows on Instagram, subscriptions, views, likes, everything. And with that being said, continue on doing that. Here's our Instagram right here, Fit Down Podcast. Go to if you're more of a listener rather than a viewer, we have our Spotify right there. So check that out, man. And we're gonna start posting more consistently on the Instagram, obviously with reels, videos, kind of like what I was doing on my TikTok, on my own football TikTok account, which is getting banned, man. Can't believe it, bro.
Man, TikTok's getting shut down.
As of today, in 5 days.
Yeah.
To January 14th, so the 19th.
Honestly, when it came up in 2020 and it didn't happen, I just assumed that that was just gonna go away.
Yeah.
It looks like it's actually happening, guys.
Yeah, so with that being said, we have, our Instagram, we have Spotify, where we all started from, the roots of it all, and with that being said, man, I think we are definitely out, and we definitely gonna be back next week. That's all I can say. So with that being said, I'm Isaac, your host.
I'm Gabriel, your co-host.
Director, Zach the man. And Miguel, isn't here, but he should be back next week, hopefully.
He's with us in spirit.
Yeah. So, I'm Isaac, Gabriel, Zach, and we are out.